Hello and welcome back to the Chronicles of a Gooner, the Arsenal podcast brought to you by the last man standing with loserpool.com. As ever, I'm your host, Harry Symeou. This is our second video of the day. I told you I'd be back if there was any transfer news, and there has been some news. Arsenal have finally made a signing. Gabriel Martinelli joins from Ituano on a long-term contract. Thank the Lord. We are doing some business. Gabriel Martinelli is a player with a huge reputation back in Brazil. He's made rapid progress during his short time at Ituano, and since making his debut in November 2017, aged just 16, he scored 10 goals in 34 appearances for the Sao Paulo-based club. Now, Gabriel Martinelli has been, his progress has been acknowledged by the Brazilian national team too, because he was called up for a training camp with the full squad ahead of this summer's Copa America. He hasn't gone to the Copa America, but just being in the fray and being involved is obviously a big deal for a player of his age. So he's certainly got a good reputation. He's certainly somebody that I'm pleased to finally say has joined Arsenal Football Club. Martinelli was, pictured walking around in London just a couple of days ago, etc., but it couldn't be announced. People were ordered not to take it, not to post any pictures, etc., from my understanding, because of the kit deal, because of the Adidas thing, because it needed to be announced with the new kit, etc., So, it's one that's been on the cards for a while. It's finally over the line, subject to the completion of the regulatory process. That's what Arsenal have told us. But Gabriel Martinelli is an Arsenal player. We didn't have any issues in terms of securing a work permit because Martinelli's father is of Italian descent, meaning he could qualify for an Italian passport, and it just made the whole process a lot smoother and a lot easier. We've seen in the past, I think if it comes to my mind correctly, Wellington Silva was a player, wasn't he, that we signed, but we had trouble getting a work permit for. Joel Campbell was another one that we signed from sort of the Americas that we had an issue initially getting a work permit for. So it's pleasing to see that this is all done over the line. Gabriel Martinelli was voted as the 2019 Best Newcomer and a member of the 2019 Team of the Year for the Campeonato Paulista, which is the football league for the state of Sao Paulo. He has done a brief interview in Portuguese, of course, on the Arsenal website, which you can check out now. Head over to arsenal.com and you'll find that there, where he talks about the fact that he models himself on Cristiano Ronaldo, and Neymar and Messi. So this is a kid who's really aiming for the very top. Fingers crossed we get the best of him here at Arsenal. Some people are talking about him being loaned out. Not sure if that's the case, if that's going to happen. I don't know, to be honest. I've not heard anything to suggest that will be the case, but at his age, might not be a bad idea. It depends on how Unai Emery thinks he can integrate into the first team. Does he rank somebody like Gabriel Martinelli ahead of, for example, Eddie Nketiah? We'll have to wait and see. I guess time will tell on that one. But yeah, really pleased with the signing. Happy to hear that a signing has finally been done. And although Arsenal have not disclosed the fee, we understand it's in the region of £5 to £6 million, which, it's okay because you can kind of afford to take risks on young players when you're talking about that sort of money. You don't mind picking up one of those or two of those this summer. And we picked up Matteo Guendouzi, didn't we, for quite a low amount of money. And whilst I don't think he was as good as a lot of people say he was, and I've had that debate with you guys throughout last season, he's certainly a player with potential that could develop into something good. And like I said, you don't mind spending that kind of money, for young players. Although there is, of course, a risk to signing any young player, the fact that you're not spending an absolute fortune makes it okay, in my opinion. And I think if you hit the jackpot with one or two of them every 3-4 years, then it's good business at the end of the day. So just wanted to do a quick video to share my thoughts on Gabriel Martinelli. I'm smiling. Arsenal have finally made a sign-in, and fingers crossed there are plenty more to come. I'll be back tomorrow with more. Until then, enjoy your evening, and if you're going to watch it, the Lionesses take on the USA in the World Cup semi-final this evening. That should be an interesting watch. So yeah, I'll probably touch on that a little bit on tomorrow's video. Until then, take care.